Welcome, everyone, to That Kind of Nerds podcast, a weekly show where we break down what is going on in the nerdy world. I am CJ Mellon, joined, of course, by Josh Burns and Brian Thornton. I do have a couple house items, though, that we need to take care of before we go too far. So first thing is, we are not going to be spoiling Rogue One. So if you haven't seen the movie, it is okay to go ahead and listen to this week's episode. Second thing, just to let you know that I'm sorry the episodes have been a little late. This is not the new trend. We just had some scheduling things. Thank you guys for being amazing fans and allowing us to still listen to the episode on a different day. Third thing, and finally, we are going to be taking the next 2 weeks off just due to the holidays, so you guys can go ahead and spend time with your family, and Brian and Josh can go ahead and have time with theirs as well. So just want to let you know we're going to do rebroadcast over the next 2 weeks. We love you guys so much, so please make sure to send any topics or thoughts over to us at thatkindofnerd.com. We got some nerdy things to go through, and then at the end of the episode, I'm actually going to play a little game with Josh and Brian. So you're definitely going to want to stick around to check out what's going on.
CJ's going to lock me and Josh in a dirty bathroom with a saw.
So here we go. I got some things I want to bring up. The first thing is we need...
Listeners, if you don't see me or hear me on next week's episode, I am in a bathroom sawing my foot off. Please come find me.
Super Mario Run is officially available for download in the iOS App Store.
Woo-hoo!
Destroyed Pokemon Go in downloads. At the time of this recording, the last stat that I had, their first day, 2.85 million downloads in the first day.
It's huge.
Crazy.
It's like Mario's a popular character.
Right, exactly, right?
Does anyone know who this guy is?
I
Who the
heard...
hell is Mario?
I heard he's a plumber. Okay, what is the pronunciation? Is it Mario or Mario?
It's a me, Mario.
Then why did you just say Mario?
Because we've been saying it forever, yeah.
No, they're
Mario
not
Run.
interchangeable, all right? It's Super Mario Run,
Look,
not Super Mario
It's
Run.
whatever. I mean...
Tomato.
No, this is GIF GIF, okay? This is GIF GIF.
No, this is absolutely
it's
tomato
not.
tomato.
It's
GIF
not.
GIF. Did you guys pay the $10 in order to unlock the entire game?
I did.
I did not.
Wow. As the man who spent $100 on Pokemon Go on this podcast.
That was about hanging out with my kid, which was brilliant all summer long, right? But no.
Here's a question I have for you, Josh. Being that you are a avid flyer, you cannot play this game on airplane mode. You must have an active internet connection in order to play this. Is that a deal breaker for you?
I'll never play it again. Like I had my phone.
Oh wow, that was it.
That was cool.
Oh,
It's not it's not complex. It's not interesting. It's not really anything but Mario running across the screen, which is not the game. There's no going back. There's no moving around. There's nothing. It's just tap, tap, tap. I don't care.
Brian, what
I'm
about you?
playing
You
it
spent
right
the 10. I was going to say you're probably playing it as we speak.
I'm legitimately playing it right now. And I did spend the $10 on it.
And how do you feel about your $10 investment?
It's $10. Like, it's a drop in the bucket compared to some of these other freaking free-to-play, like, bullshit, like, pay-as-you-go, Candy Crush. I hate that shit. Like, I like the fact that it's once and done, $10. I get my enjoyment out of it, and then I'm done. It's a better model for me.
I agree with that completely. I agree with that model totally. I just don't think this game is worth that amount of money.
I disagree, because I mean, $10 gets you.
No, it's fun. And I mean, it's fun, right? But it's just tap, tap, tap. Right? I'm long tap, vary how I tap, but it's like it's just not. I don't know. I'm probably never gonna get any kind of long. Like it's just not gonna be something I play over time. I will still play Kingdom Rush, right? And older strategy type games like that I can continually build on. This is the same thing over and over and over and over with
but
little to no variation.
That's how most platformers are. Are they not?
That's what Mario is.
No, but there was so much variation between worlds, even in the first one.
Yeah, but you get that same thing too in this one. If you pay the $10, you get all of those worlds.
I played the first
world,
but I played the first 4 levels. I wasn't impressed at all.
Okay, I mean, that's your opinion, and I choose to disagree with it, and you're wrong.
Okay, well, listen. Actually, here's something though, Josh. I feel that you are slowly starting to influence the world with your thinking and with your requests for the world. Because I think someone heard you.
App-based gaming.
I think someone heard you. all 6 NES era Mega Man are coming to mobile consoles next year. They're coming to phones. Now, I have one caveat. They're coming out on January 6th, 2017 in Japan. But they're coming to the US hopefully sometime next year too. But hey, all 6 Mega Man coming to cell phones.
I have them for my DS.
Yeah, but not everybody carries a DS with them at all times.
Right.
Why not?
Well,
What is wrong with you people who don't carry DSs with you?
they're slightly impractical.
Yeah, and if I'm on a whim, I didn't know I would be stranded at this place today. I have my phone and I can.
That's what you have Super Mario Run for.
But I want Mega Man.
Sounds like a
NES
you
version,
problem.
but the NES version Mega Man. Like, don't you
It's
really?
gonna be
Wouldn't you
so-
really want the NES Mario?
No, it's going to be so clunky on the phone. It's not going to feel right. It just like any emulator or any other
you gonna control it?
controller-based game, it'll be just like it'll have the buttons kind of clear
On
overlaying the
screen?
I have a screenshot for you to include. Yeah, it's on screen.
Nope. Out.
No, it does not work. It'll never work.
I played Pokemon that way, the red
weird.
and blue, and it was great. Well, no, what it did was it gave me a little because my phone's big enough. It looks
I
like
know,
a Game Boy.
I've seen it. It gives you a little Game Boy-esque screen on your phone.
Yeah.
I get it.
I loved it.
I nothing will ever beat the ability to push a button and feel that button go thick and like just make something happen. Like no, it doesn't work. I guarantee you will hate your life even more. And Mega Man is the destroyer of lives, and you will hate it even more if you can't feel that tactile response when you hit a button.
Can we all agree that Mega Man 2 is the superior?
That's everybody knows. Everybody knows. Not only is it the best, it's virtually unbeatable.
I mean, you got normal mode.
No.
Be a little
Nope.
easier. No, all right. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up as it comes to gaming. That's as much gaming
Destroyer
as I've got.
of lives, Mega Man.
All right, the other thing that popped on the internet that I absolutely got ecstatic about, and from what I can tell, Josh, I think Laura got really hyped about this too. DuckTales, right, is getting redone. The cast list is amazing, including one Dr. David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck. I mean, this looks really good. Can you tell me what Laura's reaction was when she saw this?
Her reaction was, here's this article. You need to talk about this on the podcast because it's awesome. And I watched the video and I went, I guess it looks cool. I don't know really anything about DuckTales. I know of it. I know the song. I'm like, I didn't watch it.
Hold on. If we're playing the drinking game, every time we say DuckTales, that happens. So we'll be keeping that going throughout the episode now. Just to say what's going on.
I mean, people that like DuckTales apparently really enjoy this news. I don't care at all.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just not. DuckTales. Oh, that's a cartoon? Woo! I have time for that in my life.
Thank you. I was like, whoa, hey, that was late.
Let me throw that in there. No.
All right. Well, what they've done is they've taken the new cast and they are all singing the iconic theme song to DuckTales, which includes this wonderful.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg.
So, did you take a look at this casting, Brian? What do you think about the casting for this television show?
I was extremely happy. I mean, a lot of people I recognize, some people I really don't, but like the people who popped out at me was, of course, David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck. Danny Pudi is from Community. He's also on a bunch of other television shows, but he's one of them. He's Huey, Dewey. I think he's Huey.
He's Huey.
Either Huey, Dewey, or Louie.
He's Huey. Ben Schwartz is Dewey. He's from Parks and Rec. John Ralphio.
Right. He's
also
Parks and
from what was that show with your soon to be wife? What was that? House of Lies.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Kristen Bell?
Yeah, I mentioned Kristen Bell, and Brian just like dreamed off into a.
I'm sorry. I got, and you can cut this out. I got distracted by a text message. Okay. Yeah. John Ralphio. What's his name?
Ben
real
Schwartz.
Name. Ben Schwartz. That's his name. Sorry.
That's what I said before that. As now I have to keep in the fact that you were distracted by a text. Congratulations, and it's made the show.
Here, puff, puff.
What was the text message? Was it good at least?
It was nudes. Someone responded to the request to send nudes.
I want to know if Gizmo Duck is going to be in this new show, because he was my fave.
I don't know. And only
I
time
didn't see him in the
only time
cast
will
list
tell.
singing. And here's the other thing. Here's the really great thing that this kind of could bring to the forefront. You know what this could mean?
Darkwing
It could
Duck.
mean I get a new Darkwing Duck show.
Absolutely.
If I get a new Darkwing Duck show in the same year as Spider-Man Homecoming comes out, I will be, tumescent is not the word.
I gotta tell you, I'm totally lost on all the ducks not named Howard. I'm completely.
Josh.
Really? You had
Josh,
I'm not surprised because you are you that you haven't seen this.
No, I remember my sister watching it, but
My brothers watched it, and my brother's this same age as you.
I don't know, man. I remember being interested in other stuff. It was an afternoon thing, right?
you shouldn't be, because it is filled with daring doodads and good luck tales.
Was it an afternoon thing?
It was
I don't remember. That's the thing. I don't know.
It was like
when
an
the
afternoon cartoon after you got out of school. Yeah,
right.
And Tailspin and Rescue
after
Rangers
1986,
and Darkwing Duck.
I was playing football or I was doing whatever.
Oh, you were doing lame things.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, super lame.
And look where you are now on a nerdy podcast.
I remember the theme song. Right, I remember the guy jumping through. I remember Scrooge jumping through all the coins and swimming in his coin pool, which would be super painful. But I don't recall any stories. I don't recall anything other than the goddamn theme song, which once heard, you can never unhear. I'm sure I know all the words because you can't unhear that shit.
Well, DuckTales will be premiering on Disney XD in the summer of 2017, which is, in relative terms,
I'm excited
around
for
the
my
corner.
kids to watch it. Let me say
Yes.
that. Very excited for my kids to watch it.
And
I
your
do
wife,
know that
because she'll
people love
watch
it.
for David
Of
Tennant.
course, no. This is one of those things she'll watch and not complain about, right? Because my kids, they don't do anything halfway. You're watching the same thing binge style over and 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 over. Right? Even if
Phineas
they're
and
not
Ferb.
watching it, right? Even if they're doing activities, learning stuff. Zoe has a whole mathematics activity book she's always in, and Christian's always reading something. So that'll just be background noise. They're gonna watch the same thing for the 5th time, starting from season 1.
And she'll enjoy this.
DuckTales. Woo woo.
All right, one little bit of internet news that kind of came out during the weekend has run its full run, by the way. Everyone calm down. CeeLo Green is okay. A phone did not really explode right on his face. He faked the video.
Well,
Brian,
that just sounds crazy.
Have you any idea what CJ's talking about?
Does that make him crazy?
That makes him crazy.
CeeLo with the Gnarls Barkley and I get it. Okay.
Did you not see this footage, Josh? Did
You know what,
just
Josh?
somehow-
If you don't think that joke is funny, well, just forget you. Okay.
I get it.
Twofer.
Yeah. You were walking around town there.
I hope you feel good, Brian.
Feeling great about myself and life in general. You know why I feel great? Because DuckTales.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Some poor listener's drunk. I'm so sorry.
I'm nearly there, and I still can't get enough.
Did you somehow not see this video of a man who looked like you didn't see it either? Oh, this is like
quote
where
unquote
was
CeeLo Green?
I'm not social media at all. Right
this
now.
was front page Reddit for a little bit.
Oh, I'm not. No.
no?
Nothing where I can interact with people at all.
Imager has interactions. Did
Nope.
you go on Imager?
Nope.
He doesn't interact on Imager.
I go on Imager to flip through most popular just to get a laugh. I look at nothing.
So, Brian, though, you saw this movie, right? You saw this video, right?
No, I don't care about CeeLo Green.
If you're no longer on The Voice, Brian has no time for you.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, honestly, I watched the first season of The Voice. He was my least favorite judge.
I'm sure.
well, the
I'm
first
an
season
Adam
was
Levine
terrible. It was
fan.
the second season, and then he was the best because he had Jamar, and that was bullshit.
No.
Okay.
Adam Christina.
No, Jamar Rogers was he got cheated at that goddamn show. And then they changed the rules so he would have gotten through. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about just what we're watching, because Josh, I heard some news about you and I need to know if it's true. What did you watch?
I watched Westworld start to finish in the past.
Oh my God,
few
Josh.
days.
You were so against this show.
You were so against this show.
So
Please tell me you love it as much as I do.
it's better than Game of Thrones.
Son of a bitch.
It is so good.
It's better, CJ, than Game of Thrones.
I wanted to watch this, but put it off.
It's not Deadwood. It's not Sopranos.
Right.
It's better than Game of Thrones. And in terms of the way I view this show is, in Netflix especially has really crept up and done a lot of great things. Amazon has
Man
the
in the
Man in the High Castle, right, which is a big thing. This is HBO taking a big swing back and going, look, nobody does it like we do it. Nobody. And this series, so the first episode I had to watch 4 times before I could even get through it. It was tough because I'm just not that big. The sci-fi aspect of episode 1, I was just very it was weirding me out. But as I started really watching at face value, which is once you get past that and you can do just face value, the music in this series is done so well and it's meaningful and it makes sense to the story and it's just HBO at its best. Really is.
Wow. From a man who said, "Nah, the trailer looks stupid. I'm not really interested in that TV show."
I wasn't. I thought the trailer was incredibly bad.
You are the reason why I haven't watched it yet. Just because I'm like,
What? I have a question for you, Joshua.
Yeah.
What made you finally decide to watch it?
There was nothing else. Honestly, here's what happened. Lethal Weapon wasn't new this week.
Okay.
I swear to God, Lethal Weapon wasn't new.
Did you do Westworld in a week?
Yeah, like
It's only 10 episodes.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just.
So
You just binged the
Lethal
hell out of
Weapon
it.
wasn't new, and that was whatever Wednesday or whatever it was, right?
Mhm.
Right.
So Wednesday night, when I had, I came back. I was in Baltimore. I played poker for a little while. Came back to the room. Lethal Weapon wasn't new, and I just started watching Westworld, and I could not stop, and I to the point of little sleep, could not stop,
Wow.
couldn't stop, and
That's how good this show is.
and I've been raving to Laura about the music ever since, and it's good the whole way through, but where it really got me, where it sucked me in, like Luke Cage with that Jidenna performance in episode 5, right?
Yeah,
That was the moment for me, right? This was episode 6, Fake Plastic Trees by Radiohead plays on, in this Western piano style. But you're playing fake plastic trees among a civilization of fake people.
Yeah.
And I welled up immediately because I've heard that song 1,000 times and it's an emotional song to begin with, but set in this context, and they do it. They use that. They use motion picture soundtrack from Radiohead as well. Look, I can't. And then that wasn't it. They did a few other things that I thought struck incredibly well, but this show, CJ, is so good.
Here's the thing. Let me set the record straight on this. I want to watch this show badly.
Yeah.
But I need to watch it with my wife. I need to watch it with her. And because she is pregnant and she works a very long day, she gets home and she's out by 9. And
you gotta figure it out.
I put my daughter to bed by 8:30. And so I get 1/2 an hour, and I can't.
No,
convince
you're
her.
just gonna have to watch it without her. I'm serious. I'm serious. You gotta. It's
Anthony Hopkins, if he doesn't get an Emmy for that role.
Yeah, I've heard great things.
But the thing is that there were several brilliant characters in there. Just so good in ways that you didn't expect. And this is one of those, if we were watching it with Craig, for our friend Craig Newcomb that records our other podcast, Hey, Did You See With Us? If we were recording this with Craig, he would, with the questions, there's no amount of knowing. You know nothing. And when you think you might know something, they show you how little you know. It's just Man,
As I recall, Craig was the one who wanted to watch that show for Hey Did You See?
And you might be right. And I mean, I absolutely passed on it because I had no interest. Look, the trailer was incredibly bad.
Sure.
It did not do a good job. Brian, what are your I mean, really, the trailer versus what the show was. Did the trailer do it any justice?
I'm trying to remember the trailer. No, I'm my gut reaction says no.
Right, because you can't even remember the trailer, right? It didn't make you want to. There was a there's a really well made fake trailer for Game of Thrones that just went viral in the past 2 weeks, and like that's memorable. The Westworld trailer just turned me off.
I wanted to watch that show not because of any trailer or anything. Just the concept seemed really cool to me. The fact that it was based off of an old movie written by Michael Crichton. I had always been a fan of his. So I was going to watch it regardless of what that trailer showed. But that series with the intricacies of the storylines.
God, it's so good.
The characters. Like, I mean, there was a couple things that like I tried to see coming that I thought I saw coming.
Nope.
That I weren't exactly the way I thought it was. And it just, it was so well done with some amazing performances from Evan Rachel Wood and Anthony Hopkins. I can't remember the guy who plays Bernard. But he was amazing in it.
Bernard, who's been in so many things.
Oh, he was so. It was absolutely better than Game of Thrones. It's just television. At like that kind of saga like television at its finest.
Jeffrey Wright.
You're right.
Jeffrey Wright, Ed Harris. I mean,
Ed Harris.
Even James Marsden, I thought played above his caliber.
Yeah. So they got all of that out of people. They really dug in and got good things out.
Look, Luke Hemsworth was solid. Like everyone you watch on here.
I read something that even the main cast didn't know what is going on in that world.
Jimmy Simpson, other than House of Cards, this guy is a total B actor. Mm-hmm. And he was phenomenal.
Ben Barnes, who played Lucas in that series. He was also Prince Caspian in the Chronicles of Narnia. He was awesome. He plays Billy's soon-to-be brother-in-law.
Logan.
Josh.
Logan.
I thought it was Lucas. I'm sorry. He was freaking awesome and like almost terrifying at moments. Just and just the overall story plays very much into this this escapism, like how, human nature. Like if you could go into a world and do whatever you wanted with no consequences, what would you do?
CJ, the actress that played Adonis Creed's love interest in the movie Creed, Tessa Thompson.
Tessa Thompson
was
She's really well done.
Awesome.
Again, listen, I want to see
I guess what I mean. They got so much, right?
And that's what I'm getting.
Goes back to me saying this is HBO at their best. Think about The Wire, Deadwood, The Sopranos. You didn't know who most of these people were before these series.
Right.
That's this thing.
Yeah.
That's this shit. It's so good.
Again, it's not that I don't want to see it. It's just like literally I don't have I got logistics out of it.
I'm selling to you because you're the only one here that has.
I hear, but I'm already sold. Like I've been sold from the beginning. This is just the world I live in.
I watched that shit week to week as it aired. You're so lucky you were able to just binge it all.
Not now. Now I got to wait a year and I got to watch it every week. It's ridiculous. Thank you, HBO.
Like I said, listen, we got till 2018 for season 2. So hopefully we can get around to it on our other podcast, Hey Did You See, and share our theories and get some reactions to it. I think it's a total possibility. Okay, so that covers what we're streaming. So let's get to another topic. Since this is the holiday time, instead of going down the traditional, what is the best Christmas movie you could possibly watch, I like to kind of go for what are the worst Christmas movies, and I dare say I defend some of these that are on a list. The Chive, which probably stole from Imager, put together a list of the worst Christmas movies as done by critics. And I gotta say, I'm not 100% in agreement with this list, and some of this is just so awesome, I don't know why it's even on here.
Yeah, there are a few for sure that I don't believe should be on there. But I mean, let's talk about the list.
I don't think it's ranked. Here's what it looks like they did. They pretty much put together all the Christmas movies with the lowest Rotten Tomato scores.
Which is, I mean, as we can all agree, is not a good barometer.
Not a good barometer at all, especially since I'm looking at this list and I see 2 movies on here that I actually highly enjoy.
Surviving Christmas?
No.
Mine is The Four Christmases. I love that movie.
Four Christmases was good.
I haven't seen 4 Christmases. I'm looking at Trapped in Paradise with Nicolas Cage, John Lovitz, and Dana Carvey.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah, all right. It was okay. Sure.
And Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, that's the one I confused. Jingle All the Way
should not be on this list. Everybody loves
movie.
Jingle All the Way. Like
it's your guilty pleasure.
It's a great flick.
Sinbad, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's one of the most 90 movies that's ever 90s in the history of 90s.
Now, most certainly, I agree with some of this stuff. Tyler Perry's A Medea Christmas. I can totally see.
Jack Frost.
Fred Claus. Jack Frost.
But like even Christmas with the Cranks wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible.
Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause, absolutely belongs on the list of worst Christmas movies.
Yeah.
That was when a franchise just wouldn't die.
Right. I could do without that. I also thought Surviving Christmas was very good.
Liz, there are only really, in the grand scheme of Christmas movies, there's only one that I make sure I watch every year.
Die Hard.
Right. And I try to make it 5, but one is, it's Die Hard. I watch Die Hard every year at Christmas.
Every year, Die Hard and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I cannot go, and then Scrooge. So those 3.
I watch Muppet Christmas Carol.
No Muppet.
Don't know
really?
me.
The Muppet Christmas Carol?
I don't understand how Affleck and Gandolfini don't rate on your list of movies that aren't the worst Christmas movies ever.
Now, hold on. I can see why Surviving Christmas is on the list of the worst Christmas movies, because it's got moments. But I wouldn't put it on, like, the bottom of the barrel, and you should really pass it over. Like, spend the time and watch it once.
Watch it.
But it should be on this list. You should just be able to defend it.
Oh, I don't agree.
Bad Santa should be on this list.
Oh, yes, it should.
Even though CJ, we know you love the Bad Santa movies.
I am not seeing Bad Santa 2, damn it.
I'm sure you've already seen Bad Santa 2 multiple times. That's not a good movie.
That's a terrible movie. You know what movies I think should be on this, and I know I'm going to hell for this. Everyone's going to hate me. I mean, you already do, listeners, so let's just put the nail in the coffin.
Careful,
I do.
Careful. Go ahead.
Yeah, the claymation Rudolph movie? Fuck
no, that's got to go. Fuck that movie.
Fuck that movie. It's the
Every
worst.
Every year I say the same thing.
And the year without a Santa Claus.
The elves and the fucking land of misfit toys.
Yeah, fuck that movie. And a year without a Santa Claus.
No. Yeah, and
Stop
here's why. Here's why.
Thank you, Josh. I'm glad we agree on this.
They play that goddamn Rudolph alongside the Grinch, which shit they don't belong together. The Grinch is on another level.
Yes.
I quit because you said Year Without a Santa Claus. I could have forgiven Rudolph.
Yeah, Year Without a Santa Claus is awful.
No, I'm not, I don't quit, but I'm going to my car right now to hurt you. First off, they're not movies. They're specials. They're half-hour specials.
They're movies. Just don't spit on my cupcake and tell me it's frosting.
So I look up.
It's not.
I look up The Year Without a Santa Claus, and I see one in 1974, one in 2006.
74.
I've never seen it. I have no idea.
The Snow Miser.
Yes. You've heard the song. I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr.
You made me mad.
Movies I don't think should be on this list. 4 Christmases for sure. Surviving Christmas I don't think should be on the list.
And Jingle All the Way.
And Jingle All the Way. That movie.
Look, we can all admit it was a shitty movie.
Yes.
It's just we all just liked it because they were chasing the toy and it was cool and it was slapstick and fun.
It was Arnold.
Give me back the toy. Give it to me now.
Right. What he said.
He had to get the toy to the chopper is what I heard.
Sinbad, get it to the chopper now. I will have a jetpack and go around the world. Living toys. Get Timmy Turner. I just figured I would just go full roundabout with it.
That's good.
All right. So here's what I like to do. I like to take a little break from tearing things down, and I like to play a little game. I don't have a name for it, so I'm turning to you, the listeners, to help me find a nice, clever name for this. But what we're going to do is try to guess how Google auto-completes a search. And I'm going for the most wild and out there of the search. I'm probably going to give you a lot of blanks to fill in. We'll take turns. Everyone gets a point for each correct answer.
Wow.
Or point for a better answer than the one that I picked.
There's a scoring system?
Brian, I'm super into this shit. Let's go.
All right, That Kind of Nerd fans, I'm turning to you for a name of this game, but as of now, the clock is ticking and we are keeping score. Ready? Can a human survive on blank?
A diet of only semen and Tootsie Roll.
It's not that. Wow, okay. You
No?
didn't have to go dark right off the bat.
I just...
Go ahead.
It was
No,
the
it's
first
fine.
thing that came into my brain.
Sure. All right. I see your sense of humor in your thinking. Brian, can a human survive on blank?
Mars? I don't know. I'm terrible at this game.
Wow.
Mars.
Okay,
I
Mars,
should have
yeah.
went Mars.
So-
I didn't. That was the obvious choice.
So the actual Google answer is, can a human survive on grass? But I award Josh the point.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on
May
your soul.
God have mercy on your soul. Clearly, I went sort of out of the ballpark there. All right.
Why does my blank keep getting worms? Why does my blank keep getting worms?
Because I just want to say dog, but you can't. But you can't say dog. No, dog doesn't work, right? Inflated sense of self.
You gotta. All right, go ahead. All right, Brian. Why does my blank keep getting worms?
Uterus.
Actual answer.
How
daughter.
would you know?
Daughter.
How would you know?
Actual answer. Daughter. A point goes to Brian. You're in the same ballpark there. All right, so the score is 1-1. All right, round 3. All right, so this is a one-word answer. You smell like a baby blank. One-word answer.
Rhinoceros.
Panda.
The correct answer is you smell like a baby prostitute. I award you both no points.
What?
1-1.
Why is that being searched
Somebody
on Google?
should get points. I mean, I personally.
No, at that point it'd be like the at midnight where I give you both a point because you both
I
said
go with
animals.
panda. Give him a point for panda.
All right, point for
Why
panda.
does
Point for panda.
Well, what is a baby prostitute?
I don't know.
Is
I
it
gotta
a
tell
full-grown
ya.
woman, or is it a baby who prostitutes themselves?
I don't know. Is it like Boss Baby? But I don't know.
I think a baby panda would smell wonderful.
I think a baby panda would smell divine.
Right.
Help! I ate a big red blank. One-word answer.
Say it again.
Help! I ate a big red blank.
Hellboy.
Cock.
You can't just.
You can't just say cock.
I just
I
did.
said
He
cock.
just did. He
You
just
can't just
threw it
say
in there.
I just did.
Yeah, he sure did.
That is incorrect, Brian. The answer is
I meant a rooster.
help. I ate a big red candle. Help! I ate a big red candle. I give point to Josh.
2-2.
2-2.
And just like at midnight, the points don't mean shit.
They don't mean shit. 2-word answer. Will my dog eat my blank blank? Oh, God. Will my dog eat my blank blank?
Fuzzy slippers.
The first thing that pops in my head, you don't want me to say.
Yeah, say it. Say
Yeah,
it. Say it.
absolutely. Say that shit.
Used condoms.
Oh, well, I award you the point, Brian. But the answer is, will my dog eat my bearded dragon? Will my dog eat my
That's another phrase for penis, right?
Yes.
There's a whole lot of hope in here.
One-word answer. Aren't you relieved to know you're not a blank?
Bedwetter.
Skywalker. I don't know.
Okay, well, I give the point to Josh.
Well, of course.
Make it a 3-3. And the correct answer is golem. Aren't you relieved to know you're not a golem?
Oh, this is great. These people
Okay.
are so dumb.
Help. You may know this one. Hold
I
on.
need somebody.
Not just anybody.
Help. I accidentally blank a shelf. One-word answer. Help. I accidentally blanked a shelf.
8.
Deified.
The correct answer is help. I accidentally built a
How
shelf.
does one accidentally?
I
build
don't
a
know.
shelf?
And point to Brian for that one.
Why? I deified the shelf.
His answer is help accidentally built a shelf, help accidentally ate a shelf. I'm giving it to Brian. Those are the rules, damn it.
It seems like
there's no appeal
deifying a shelf
process.
is more extreme.
Wolves are taking all of our blank.
Babies.
Conjugal visits.
Well, point goes to Josh, but the correct answer is help. Wolves are taking all of our women.
So Josh was actually really close.
Josh was actually really close. That's why he was awarded the points. Where do we stand? Does that make it 4-4 now?
I think it's 4-4.
Someone's keeping score at home, and I'm sorry. All right, you have to fill out the whole sentence for this. What would happen if you hired blank? It's a phrase or a sentence. What would happen if you hired
10 monkeys to drive your mother around for a year?
10 monkeys? Okay.
Serial killer to do your laundry.
The premise is so ridiculous.
All right. What would happen?
Fucking great.
All right. Well, point to Brian.
I broke Josh.
Oh man. Josh, Control, Delete, reset yourself. The correct answer is, what would happen if you hired 2 private investigators to follow each other? Josh is broken, holy shit.
Why is he doing the laundry? It doesn't make any sense.
For the listener, Josh is gone completely red. He is the color of a Coca-Cola can. He is crying as if he drank Coca-Cola because he hates that and it's the first beer of cola. Head down in shame.
I can't. I'm not even sure I can ever top that answer.
How to raise your IQ by eating blank blank. 2-word answer, blank blank.
Unicorn blood.
Going for the Potter reference.
I am.
Carrots violently.
All right, well, point goes to Brian. And the answer is, how would you raise your IQ by eating gifted children?
You can't eat gifted children.
Another one. Here we go. Another round. Let's see if we can give 2 more. So 2 more to give Josh the opportunity to pull this up.
I gotta win out.
It is 6-4 right now from my scorekeeping, which I'm sure is wrong, but whatever. Let it happen.
I think it's actually 6-4.
Okay, good. My cat looks like blank.
Satan incarnate.
Wilford Brimley.
Ooh.
That hits close to home. One of Ben's cats has diabetes.
Due to the diabetic cats in Brian's house, I award Joshua the point. And the correct answer is, my cat looks like Hitler.
With the mustache or the...
Yes, I'm assuming all of it. And probably speaks German. Okay, Josh, that is 6-5 due to the diabetic cat joke in Brian's house.
There's not many diabetic. It's just so the ratio of cats, diabetic cats to male.
Oh my god, that ratio is practically non-existent.
Infinitesimal.
All right, Josh, you need this for the win, or at least a tie. Here we go. You ready? Never put a blank in the toaster. 1-word answer. Never put a blank in the toaster.
Baby.
Ooh.
I mean, I have to go penis, don't I? I mean, that's pretty. It seems like the right answer.
I mean, it's a good cautionary tale. Final answer is penis?
I mean, yeah, you can't possibly stuff a baby in a toaster.
I'm going to give Brian the point, and the correct answer is never put a sock in the toaster.
That's good life advice, I think.
I feel like putting socks anywhere except in the washing machine and or foldy mate and a laundry basket is pretty good.
All right, I have it as 6-5. Final question. I'm going to be making it worth 10 points just because fuck the point system.
Actually, 7-5.
7-5.
If this last one's worth 10 points, it doesn't fucking matter.
Fuck the point system, so we're 10 points. If
CJ's getting his Chris Hardwick on, he thinks
you
he's like
goddamn
all
right
sorts of fucking famous.
If you... All right, I'm just going to let this go. Sometimes I like to lay on the floor and pretend I am a blank. Sometimes I like to lay on the floor and pretend I'm a blank. 1-word answer.
Pretty kitty.
Ooh, pretty kitty.
Oh, it's 1 word. Shit.
That's fine. I'll allow it.
Of course you will.
No, I gotta back that up.
Okay.
I can't do it.
All right.
You gotta. Fuck. 1 word answer.
1-word answer.
Slug.
Wizard.
Okay, so Brian says, sometimes I like to lay on the floor and pretend I'm a slug. And Josh says, sometimes I like to lay on the floor and pretend I'm a wizard. Correct
Not
Google
lizard,
answer?
not lizard.
Wizard with a W.
Wizard.
Like a Harry Potter.
Yes. Again.
Sometimes I like to lay on the floor and pretend I am a crumb.
How do you do that?
I don't know. And that for that I feel it takes deep meditation. Closest to the original answer goes to Brian Thornton. Brian Thornton, you win this with 17-5.
I am one with the crumb, and the crumb is with me.
And I'm no longer looking forward to playing Evil Apples with Brian.
All right, so that is the end of our Google Auto Completion game, which, again, I'm asking for you, the listeners, give us a name for this thing. So before we wrap the episode, and I want to be very conscious of the fact that we give you time to see a movie, Brian and I would like to give our just spoiler-free impressions of Rogue One. Should you see it?
Star Wars story.
A Star Wars story. Should you see it? Should you not? Just some general feelings. Josh, I believe you have not seen this movie.
No, but I will say the following. Today, or yesterday, as it were, Christian decided he has to watch episodes 1, 2, 3 to prepare for Rogue One. He's not fully prepared. He's got to watch them. So he starts watching, turns to his mother and says, "Oh, I forgot this is the one with Jar Jar Binks. He is just the worst."
That's great.
So you've got that. And yes, sometime over Christmas vacation, we will see it. And I don't think we're probably recording again until after that. So we'll be able to give all the listeners a brief respite before we go into a full-on spoiler cast. I'm excited to see it, but I'm still very much in work mode and cannot shut my brain off.
So that being said, Brian, how did you feel about Rogue One?
I loved it. I mean, and CJ and I were talking a little bit. I would rank this as like one of my top 3 Star Wars movies. It was really well done, very different from any of the saga movies, and really just a different tone, a different feeling, filled with, characters that you really learn to love really quickly, and just a really intense story. I thought it was amazing, with a lot of different call outs and shout outs to the original Star Wars movie, A New Hope, which would have any fan squealing, as I may or may not have done.
In the theater.
It was a squeeze.
It was a squee-gasm everywhere. It was great. I thought it was amazing, and I'm definitely going to go see it again, and I highly suggest if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. Yeah, it's a great movie.
I really enjoyed it. It just like you said, this really does have the feeling of this fits right in the storyline. It feels like there's elements that are from the 70s, and I mean, God, man, the mustaches in this movie are on point. I mean, you want to talk about like being influenced by the 70s? There's some fantastic mustaches in there. There's a lot of little Easter eggs to the other movies, which is always nice. And you really do leave the theater very happy with the fact that Disney is going to be making these spin-off movies. And very, very excited for the future of the franchise. So I know there's a lot of people who are on the fence. Hey, this isn't anything really in particular. It doesn't really feel like a full Star Wars movie. You're right, but it doesn't feel like that in a good way. I will say one thing I was very impressed with, that they do make this movie feel different than a full-fledged Star Wars movie. So you don't come in and get your hopes up way too high and only be let down. They do it just perfectly. Okay, and with all of that wraps our show. I want to thank you guys so much for listening, for making us your walk around your neighborhood or your drive to work. I want to thank Josh and Brian for taking the time with me to go ahead and play a crazy Google game, as well as just talking about the things that are going on in the nerdy world. We are sorry again for being a little late. Just know that this is just because of scheduling. This isn't a new thing. We're going to be back on Mondays. We just needed to work around some schedules. As I said at the top of the show, we're not going to be here next week due to the holidays, so everyone have a good holiday, make good choices, stay safe, and we'll see you guys again in 2017. Thank you so much for listening. Oh man, I really thought.
I want to wish all of the fans a very happy, merry holiday.
very happy Merry.
May your houses be filled with bats to break.
I really thought since we didn't have Cape Talk this episode, we were out of the woods.
Oh,
with
yes, you thought, CJ. But I have risen triumphant. You thought your Google game would distract me, but it did not, CJ. I am very mobile. I can appear at any time.
Oh, Bane. Well, you want? Have a happy holidays there, Bane.
And a Merry Hanukkah to you, sir.
Oh, Bane.